Welcome back, everybody. It just warms my heart that you thought enough of me to join me for another video. So come on in. Today is Wednesday, and I'm gonna get you ready to make an amazing Sunday dinner this weekend. So we're gonna be making some fried catfish, some collard greens with smoked turkey wings, some mashed sweet potatoes, and some amazing apple cobbler. So it's gonna be really easy. It is a bit time consuming though, so this is definitely a weekend meal. But come on in, let's get started. The first thing I did was I put these on when I got done cooking breakfast, and this is just smoked turkey wings. I put enough water in the pot to cover them, and then I added 2 chicken bouillon cubes. I added a little black pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of seasoning salt, and then I let those cook for 2 hours. You can see that they're starting to get really tender and pull away from the bone. So after that 2 hours of cook time, I'm adding in my chopped up greens. Now, I did use bag greens for the sake of time. They come already cut up and washed, but I washed and rinsed them again. And I used about 1.5 bags. So that's roughly 48 ounces of greens that I'm using for my family of 6. And I added those to the pot.
Ooh. Promise, Bobby, call you back, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. You looking like me, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. You see me be like, I'm not a naughty rider. Let me please you right tonight. Don't make plans tonight, yeah, yeah. But get it, come to me, to me. Come to me, let's go. Come to me, Fatoumata Djembélé, oh Lord. The Fatoumata Djembélé, oh Djembélé, oh. I pray to the Lord, I rise to the Lord. Gonna greet the Lord, I pray to the Lord. Fatoumata Djembélé, everything being safe again now. Everything for your Djembélé, oh Djembélé, oh yeah. You are not a friend of me, no. Baby, you mean more to me, more to me. You are not a friend of me, no. Baby, you mean more to me, more to me. Keep us safe, baby, you're keeping us safe. I see you, you are not a friend of me, no. Baby, you mean more to me, more to me. You are not a friend of me, no. Baby, you mean more to me, more to me. You are not a friend of me, no. Baby, you mean more to me, more to me. You are not a friend of me, no. Baby, you mean more to me, more to me. Yeah, Amaru. I need a second. I need to think this through. Your words are weapons. Can't you see what you do, girl?
So once you've cut up about half your apples and added them to a large pot, you're going to take a fresh lemon, cut that in half, and you're going to squeeze the juice out over the apples that are in your pot. Then you'll continue cutting up your remaining apples, add those to your pot. Then you're going to grab your other lemon half and squeeze that juice from that half of the lemon over all the apples that's in the pot.
I don't wait on you for too long, but I want you. Them go tell you you should fall back. Deep inside you know that I go make you go lovey-dovey. Your body on me make you go lovey-dovey.
Add half a cup of water to your pot, and then go ahead and turn your stove on and set it to low to medium heat. And we'll let these apples cook for about 5 to 6 minutes while we prepare our sugar mixture.
Like a radio, 10 out of 10, that's my baby, oh. Knows how to make me go crazy, oh. Hey, my baby is something, rolling her eyes just to let me know. Sometimes we argue like here we go. When we make up, it's a movie, though. Hey, I can never get enough, babe. Feels like I've known you, girl, all my life. When I'm with you, nothing else matter, you know that. Nothing else matter, don't go back. I don't wait on you for too long, but I want you. Them go tell you you should fall back. Deep inside you know that I go make you go go lovey-dovey. Your body on me make you go lovey-dovey. Yeah, make you go lovey-dovey. Your body on me make you go lovey-dovey. Yeah. Oh, my baby goes lovey-dovey. Yeah. Oh, my baby goes lovey-dovey when I'm around you. Yeah, when I'm around you.
Let's go ahead and add a splash of vanilla extract, about 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and we're going to add all of our sugar mixture and get that stirred up really well. We're going to allow the apples to continue to cook for about 3 or 4 minutes while we make our cobbler topping.
Your body on me make you go lovey-dovey. I can never get enough of it.
You want to mix the dry ingredients for your cobbler topping really well with a fork. And then what you'll see me doing here is making a well right in the center of the ingredients. So I'm making kind of like a little dip in the middle. And right in the middle of there, I'm going to take 1 large egg and crack that into that well. Then I'm going to take my fork. Well, in the video, I'm using a spork, but you're going to take your fork and kind of cut the egg into the dry mixture to where it starts to form a loose, shaggy kind of dough. And I want you to pay attention so you can see what it looks like when it's ready. Now you will still have some loose, sandy, kind of gritty like areas, but trust me, that's all gonna work out in the oven. Don't worry about it. What you mainly want to see is that you have a lot of those shaggy like chunks in there. Here I am using a half-size sheet pan to just dump all my apple mixture into. Now I'm using this foil pan for easy cleanup later, but if you're using a casserole style pan, this recipe fits perfectly into a 9x13 pan. So I'm gonna dump everything in there, dump all the apples in, get those spread out nice and evenly. Next, I'm going to take my cobbler topping and evenly sprinkle that over the entire top of this dish. And the last thing I'll do is I'll take a melted stick of butter and I'm gonna drizzle that over the entire topping. So once you have your butter drizzled on, this cobbler goes into a 400-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Because oven temperatures vary, go ahead and check your cobbler at about the 30-minute mark to make sure it's not getting too brown or overcooked. Here's our baked sweet potatoes fresh out of the oven, and y'all, I wish this camera had smell-o-vision because these things, they smelled so good, so good. I could have eaten them just like this, but I'm also obsessed with sweet potatoes. Anyway, gonna dump all our potatoes over into a bowl, and I'll use this bowl to both mix and serve out of. I didn't measure anything here, but I would say I added about a half a cup of brown sugar, maybe about a teaspoon of cinnamon, about a half a teaspoon of salt, maybe like 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. I added a sprinkle of nutmeg, and then I added about a half a cup of half and half. Now, I do not own a potato masher. I try to minimize all my kitchen clutter. I have enough of it with all the different tools and gadgets and things. So here you will see me using a whisk to mash these sweet potatoes. And I do this when I make mashed white potatoes as well. I just use my whisk in a downward motion to get them mashed and combined really well, and it works out great. So at this point, the greens have cooked for 2 hours. That gives you 4 total hours of cook time on the collard greens, because remember, we did the smoked turkey wings for a couple of hours, and now the greens have cooked for a couple of hours. So we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Yes, do not skip that. Add it if you've never done it before. It's a game changer. And we'll go in here with our fork and, make sure we get all the meat off the bone, and we'll go ahead and remove the bone and the skin. And that's it. The collard greens are done. Then we're going to move on to getting our apple cobbler out of the oven. It looks so good and it smells so good. Y'all, I promise, you got to try this because it's so easy. But when people taste it, they're not going to know that it was so easy. And they're going to be like, oh, she was really doing something in the kitchen. Like, this tastes amazing. So give it a try. Make sure you come back and let us know how it worked out for you. So that's it, guys. Everything in this meal turned out amazing. You may be wondering, well, where's the part of the video where she fries the catfish? Well, if you go to the description box, there's a link to a video that I made already on how to fry catfish. Now, I will tell you, if you've not gotten in the kitchen before and made multiple things at once, this might be a little challenging for you because I was making everything all at once. But I encourage you to give it a try. While my greens were cooking, while my cobbler was cooking, that's when I was frying the fish. And so that everything came out ready to eat and plate up all at once. After you impress your family and your friends with this meal this weekend, make sure you come back to the comments and let me know all the compliments they gave you. They gonna be like, girl, you put your big toe in that, you put your foot in that, all of that. I enjoy having y'all every week. I look forward to meeting up with you on next Wednesday with a new video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.